My name is Sara Rabie. I'm a climate peace and security specialist for the Alliance of Bioversity International and CIAT, part of CGIAR's focused climate security team supporting the MENA Hub in Cairo. As a climate peace and security specialist, I focus on the interlinkages between climate change, sustaining peace and security, fragility and conflict, within, of course, a specialized focus on fragile and conflict-affected settings in the MENA region and beyond, given the context of climate change. CGIAR's work prioritizes the inclusion of communities on the ground and localizing action within the design and implementation of policies and interventions. It is extremely crucial that we include the local communities because climate peace and security is a question that is greatly contextualized. Climate security has had a big space within the negotiations of the past two COPs. How does it interact with climate finance? I think the issue of de-risking climate finance is largely dependent on the question of climate peace and security and how we need to work towards making climate financing more accessible to fragile and conflict-affected settings. And at the same time, we need to ensure that the climate financing is also co-beneficial when it comes to the adaptation as well as peace-building approaches. The major obstacles when it comes to climate peace and security would be, of course, the capacity gaps, and also peace building and conflict resolution has to be a bit more climate sensitive. We need to have better partnerships between the actors, between the local communities, and responsive and adequate climate financing is also another gap that we must address. And I think CGIAR is very well suited to address these gaps, but also the South has to own its narrative and own its interventions and push forward independently for better responses on the ground when it comes to climate peace and security. In the context of South-to-South cooperation, there is a lot of work that can be done individually within the different South regions, and I think CGIAR can play a great role in South-to-South cooperation through CGIAR's great research capacity that covers different regions of the South to ensure that responses are holistic and adequate to the needs of the communities in the Global South. We need to look past the donor and fund recipient dynamic. The Global South has received the least funding, merely above 3% of the global climate financing. However, it has contributed to only 4% of the greenhouse gas emissions. So I think it's a broader conversation of responsibility, of accountability, of shared responsibility over the changing climate that is everyone's problem. It is not the problem of the South or the North independently. So it's a bigger conversation. There's a lot of space for us to learn from each other and collaborate with each other on this topic.